Morning, folks. Jer here on a impromptu Saturday morning Leeds news, but there's some news to talk about, and we've been saying for the entire month so far that if anything major happened, we would jump back on and do some form of a bit of content. And that has happened. There's been some breaking news this morning, and we'll cover that in a couple of seconds. We did do the countdown to kick off last night before the game, the 2-0 win at Hillsborough for Leeds United last night. I can't talk this morning. Great win last night. We'll cover that game in more detail on Monday night with hopefully Jerry McNamee as well as somebody else as well. We'll sort that out for Monday evening about 8 o'clock usually for that if you want to see the review. But on the signing, we'll get onto this now. Leeds haven't wasted any time in getting straight back into the transfer market after bringing in Largi Ramzani yesterday in what is expected to be a very busy week for Leeds United. They haven't hung about here and look like they're ready to bring in the sixth signing of the summer. After last night's 2-0 win at Hillsborough, there were some rumblings and noise floating around. FPL23 on Twitter had said it about a signing as well. And I started going that Leeds might be doing some business late last night and that we could see something happen over the course of the weekend. Now, this morning, thanks to Fabrizio Romano, we've got the confirmation on that, and he has tweeted the following. Manor Solomon set for medical tests at Leeds United on Saturday. He's leaving Spurs after rejecting a bid from Getafe, as England has always been his priority. Deal at its final stages with lufc, as from Paul O'Keefe. Paul O'Keefe, the guy who broke the story from Spurs side this morning, first thing. Now, we said yesterday that on the news that signing of Solomon's quality would add a huge amount to Leeds United and would be seen as a very big signing for Leeds, especially in the Championship. If Leeds could get it over the line, it looks like Leeds will be able to get this deal across the line now. Ange Postecoglou confirmed yesterday that the player will be leaving Spurs this weekend as well as other players, and there were some fears around the player's knee injury that he picked up earlier last season, and there's been some confirmation to confirm that knee injury is very much behind the player now, but he won't be the only player apparently followed going out the door at Spurs. He's expected to be followed by several other players this week out the door. You wonder, is Greta Steinson and Leeds' relationship with Spurs good enough that Leeds could possibly pick one or two more up that they might need just to bolster the edges of the squad just a little bit. This morning we also got confirmation from Joe Donoghue from the Yorkshire Evening Post that this deal is set to go through, or at least the medical part of this deal is set to go through. Donoghue confirmed the medical this morning, as well as confirming some details around the potential deal. And in the potential deal, Donoghue has said that Leeds will pay a significant portion of the player's salary as well, which will be a Premier League salary, which will be seen as a large outlay of money for Leeds to put on a player at this stage, especially in the Championship, but maybe saving some of the money from a transfer fee and putting it into a loan fee to try and get Leeds out of this division and into the Premier Division, and keeping some money back from maybe the other signings that are needed for that left back position, the number 10 as well, and maybe number 8. I don't see Soloman as a replacement for Jorginho Rutter. He's very much a winger who likes to cut in onto his right foot and shoot, very similar to Chris Somerville in a lot of ways. So I don't really see him as a Jorginho Rutter replacement unless Leeds feel they've already got a Jorginho Rutter replacement. Willie Nunto played in centre midfield or in the 10 position for parts of last night, as did Brendan Aronson. Both did it quite well when they were in there, so maybe he's happy with the options he's got in there and wants the additional winger so he can bring Nunto inside a bit more. Will be interesting to see. I was very happy with Nunto when he did play central last night. I thought he was very good, but I also thought Brendan Aronson was very good last night in that position as well. But we'll cover more of that stuff on Monday evening. So there we go, folks. It looks, for all intents and purposes, that Leeds will be making their sixth signing of this summer transfer window. Manor Solomon coming in. If all goes well from the medical, if there's any issues from this knee injury, which they say there shouldn't be, if there is, it'll likely get picked up in the medical. We'll find out later on today, I'm sure. But this one could move pretty rapidly, could move pretty quickly. There's nothing else really going on right now around names or list. Roman Salai is still being talked about as someone that is of keen interest to Leeds United. But they bring in Solomon, they brought in Largi Ramzani. You would imagine then that Salai is probably off the table unless they see him as a more central player, in which case Leeds could then make a move for the player. But that's going to be pretty much it for me today, folks. And as I said, impromptu Saturday news stream. It's going to be a busy week, hopefully, for Leeds. If they get this one in, still more to do. There's still a minimum of 2 more players that need to come in over the course of next week. You would like it to be 3. You would like to see another striker come in on the back of the fact that Patrick Bamford will now miss 2 games with this hamstring problem that he's been having for a while now. So you'd like to see Leeds just bolster up where they can. Not going to look for too much. Farkas said he wanted 4. 4 is fine. I wouldn't be against the 5th, but we'll have to wait and see. But as I said, that's it for me today, folks. Massive thanks as always for supporting the channel as we hit 50k yesterday. So huge thank you for that. And I'll be back on Monday morning for more Leeds news unless something massively dramatic happens between now and then. Have a great rest of your weekend. Talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.